He a weirdo. Because why would you put somebody in the predicament to be harmed with knowing that your wife is low-key kind of crazy?
Why do you think his wife is low-key kind of crazy? Because I think she's slow.
Well, the same thing.
Crazy and slow is not the same thing, Martell. Tisha not gonna step.
I feel like if that lady knew me and she had any type of access to me,
she wouldn't be doing anything. I've been on the phone with another woman who has had an affair with Marsau. Tisha up here talking to her, telling her, please don't say certain things. She crazy like what? Because what do you get from that? Because I get slow.
First of all, Arionne, you are in no position to call anybody, and I mean anybody, slow. Let's not forget you've been playing second fiddle to Martell for damn near 10 years, 10 plus years, and you still think that is a flex, girl, bye. Secondly, if you allegedly had a phone call with another woman claiming to be Marsau's mistress, where is she? Why didn't you bring her on the podcast? If this conversation actually happened and you have receipts, where are they? Because the woman you did bring on, I don't believe a word she's saying. She came with 0 receipts, and until we can see some proof, the whole story is looking like a big-ass lie. Do I believe Marsau had a mistress? It's possible. But where are the receipts? So let's talk about this hot-ass mess of an interview Martell Holt and Arionne Curry, or as many call her, Coleslaw, sat down with the woman claiming to be Marsau Scott's mistress. And let me tell you, it was pure trash. The whole thing was clearly in retaliation for Tisha comments about Martell allegedly having a past of sleeping with men. But instead of coming with solid receipts, Martell and Arionne gave us nothing but mess, drama, and a whole lot of nonsense. And I have to agree with Tisha. If Martell had any dirt on Marsau with actual receipts, he would have shown them a long time ago. And this interview just proves how far he's willing to go to stir up drama. Just in case you guys haven't seen the video of Tisha blasting Martell, let me refresh your memory.
Anything. He would have been released it a long time ago. He's been showing people stuff on his phone forever. Like the whole revenge porn thing, that did happen. That is a true thing that really happened. And not only have he shown people stuff in his phone of his ex-wife, he's also showed people stuff in his phone with his baby mother. Like, she needs to check on that too. He's shown the boys pictures of her dancing in the closet, shaking after he paid for some type of procedure she had. So he's known for that. So my thing is, Martell, show it. And then his thing is, he's like, well, you know, you've been with my homeboy. I'm like, dude, that was in 2001. How is that even relevant? Like, I talked to one of his friends, which is really not his friend. It's just somebody local. That's why college girls don't fool with the local people. Keep it on campus. But it was a local guy, you know. We fooled around in 2001, my freshman year of college. I didn't know Marsau. It was way before my marriage. We're talking about something that happened 23 years ago. And then for him to say, oh, I saw it. I'm like, really? Because the word around town in Huntsville was that Martell liked boys who was in college.
So y'all heard what Tisha had to say. And this is why I feel like this interview with this alleged mistress is nothing more than a desperate attempt to deflect attention from Martell's own mess. Martell and Arionne seem to thrive on stirring the pot. And let's be honest, if they really had some solid dirt on Marsau, they would have shown it by now. We would have saw it on season 1 or season 2. And this hot mess of an interview was barely about Marsau in the first place. Somehow it turned into Arionne questioning Martell and his own whereabouts during this alleged affair, because apparently they were all in cahoots with one another to help each other cheat. Maurice, Marsau, and Martell. So I guess Arionne wanted to make sure her boyfriend was being faithful to her. Let me remind you that we're talking about a married man here. Now, this so-called mistress goes on to claim that she and Marsau were having relations in his Credit One office. Yes, the office with no beds. And here comes Coleslaw clutching her pearls, acting like she's too classy for that. Like, sis, really the audacity to look at this as if it's beneath you when you carried on a 10-plus year affair with a married man who barely claims you. Then this entire interview, she came across very boastful, bragging that her married boyfriend took her on trips, using his wife's money to pay to get her car fixed because we know Martell didn't have any money back then and he don't today.
I was like, did you see Marsau?
A handful of times.
A handful of times?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's like the length of your relationship.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah. It didn't. It lasts about a good few months, maybe about a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
On and off.
Okay.
But
So what was the basic, like, did he take you out? Were y'all in public? Or were y'all just like at Credit One? Like, did y'all
never
eat?
in public.
Y'all was never in public.
At Credit One, we met at the club.
So y'all was about fucking in Credit One?
We definitely was fucking at Credit One.
Okay.
Maurice got cool with my friend.
Okay.
They was hanging out too. I don't know what they had going on, but I do know that was a thing too.
Okay.
And
she not here, so
Yeah,
we'll leave that at that.
about
Yeah,
her story,
we here to talk. You right? Okay.
We might pick her up next time.
Next time, part 2.
But I can't say she was there with me a couple times that we met at Credit One to talk to Maurice and Marcel. We was
Okay.
First of all, she's making up lies as she go. Okay, y'all will see in the interview. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I will play clips. This girl is making up the story as she goes. First of all, she said they were together for a couple months to a year. A couple months is drastically different from a whole damn year, and that right there makes her story sounds unreliable. If she had solid details, the time frame would be clear, and it ain't. Okay, which to me raises some red flags. Girl, you are not telling the truth. If you were, you would have provided some concrete evidence. Text messages, phone calls, sexting, photos, screenshots of y'all on FaceTime, messages between Marsau and Martell agreeing to send you money. Something. Because without that proof, I'm not believing this.
Originally, when you first met him, did you know that he was married? Did he have a ring on?
I don't remember him having a ring on,
Okay.
but the way he was moving, I assumed and I picked up on the speculation of it.
He had somebody. You didn't know he was married, but you just know that it was another significant other. Because he been with.
The way
How long he been with Tisha, Martell?
What, about 16 years?
16, 17 years?
He would never take me anywhere other than that building. So
Dang,
obviously
Martell.
he had something going on. So like, and then with him feeling like I got this business building, why would I get a room? Like,
But Martell, is that his business building? I didn't.
No, it's Maurice's.
Oh.
Yeah, Maurice's.
And you gonna let your brother use to get a quick little pump.
Yeah, have a good time.
Pump.
That was the
majority of
spot.
the time, Maurice would be there. Actually,
So did you see Maurice with another woman? Or was he there?
Let me ask you this. Hold up. Wait a minute. So you mentioned a couple times Maurice being there. So did you and Maurice and you Marsau do something there?
we didn't do nothing then at the time. But with it being Maurice's building, I feel like Maurice was his lie, his alibi.
Oh.
Because
Okay. That's what brothers.
Yeah, he couldn't do nothing without Maurice. Maurice is always there.
Okay.
But Maurice wasn't necessarily there with the woman. Okay, that you seen.
He did meet a friend.
Right, you did tell us that.
Whenever we would hang out, like it would just be me, him, and Maurice. Maurice just be like chilling out in the front. I don't know. So I think there was a lot of together. Yeah.
Okay.
Like we together, we doing some busining type.
Okay.
Shit,
That's what men do though. That's what we do.
You gonna like you.
Oh, my bad. You gonna edit that part out?
No, we're not. We're gonna keep it all. We're not editing nothing out, Martell. That's what men do.
That's what men do.
So men do what you mean. Like, elaborate a little bit. Tell us. That's what men do.
Well, I think a person who's cheating, they always got to have
an alibi.
An alibi. They gotta like if you got a brother, if you got a friend.
So what was your alibi with us? Like what was it? What when we were dealing with each other back then, what was your alibi? What did you used to say?
I'm with Maurice. With Marsau. I'm with
It makes sense.
With my other guys.
That's what they did to each other.
Yeah, all right. We looked out.
And you did go home, right?
Oh.
You went home every night?
Every night.
Every night.
And I'm very
and I was not trying to keep you.
100%.
That's it is what it is. Okay.
This heifer is really on her high horse, trying to elevate herself as this high-class side chick. Just because Martell got her pregnant, he was spending money on her, she somehow think that she's special. The same thing that happened to Melody, Arionne, is bound to happen to you, because history has a funny way of repeating itself, especially when someone refuses to learn from their mistakes. Clearly, you haven't. If Martell could disrespect and betray his wife that he was with for so many years, the mother of his children, what makes you think that you're any different? Martell has shown time and time again that he is loyal to no one but himself. But yet she has this idea that she's immune to the same treatment that he gave his wife. Girl, as they say, if he'll do it with you, he'll do it to you. Arionne might think she's special now, but them tables do turn. And it's only a matter of time before you find yourself in the same position as Melody. Disrespected, used, lied to, lied on. Girl, the list goes on. But what really got me tripping is when Martell was trying to explain to her that men who cheat have an alibi. So she asked him what was his alibi, and he tells her that it was Marsau and Maurice. And she said when he was done cheating, that he go back home, and he said, yeah. And she said, that's because I wasn't trying to keep you, honey. You could not keep him. He went back home to Melody because she at the time was still his priority. No matter how much you try to spin this narrative, you was never his priority. You were an option, and he's only with you right now out of convenience because Mel left him.
To realize that Marsau was married.
I'm not dumb. I realized it kind of like off the bat because everything he did was just so secretive. Like,
okay.
He wasn't trying to do nothing that was gonna charge his card or.
Oh, you paid attention to all of that?
Yeah, I do.
As a woman,
like he literally just did. He made sure that it was not gonna be traceable to him. If he did do something for me, it had to come from somebody else. Whether it was money or I live in Birmingham, so he had to pay for me to come and visit. It had to come from somebody. So, he wasn't finna pay for it. Yeah.
So he would somebody else would be sending you money or.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that. Or,
and that's what married men do. Because Martell, remember that time I needed my car fixed? And I feel like Marsau sent the money. Marsau sent the money that you sent.
That was the first time he ever witnessed anything like that happening. But apparently he's been doing it for quite some time.
Y'all.
But it's just what we do.
Right. Because Marsau definitely, whatever it was.
Your single friend or.
Well, I don't know the connection.
Marsau definitely.
Yeah. First of all, for him to ask you, he was trying to trip you up.
No, Martell asked him, and Marsau sent it.
But but no.
So Martell said that he had met this alleged side chick in Vegas. Marsau flew her out, and the side chick said that she was upset with Marsau because although he flew her out, he didn't pay for her Ross department store shopping spree. Pause. Girl, what? She's mad about a Ross department store shopping spree. This is embarrassing. And the more she talks, the more she makes herself look bad. She's trying to make Marsau look bad, but the only person that's looking bad is her. So first of all, day after day, he got you in his office, not in the hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. He has you in his office, bent over, ass up on the folding chair, getting fucked from behind, and couldn't even pay for your $100 bargain bin shopping haul. Tells me all I need to know. This man did not want you at one bit. And it lets me know that he didn't pay much of anything in this relationship or this situationship y'all had going on. So Arionne once again starts questioning Martell. She wants to know what lies they were telling their wives while they were in Vegas. And then she wanted to know what exactly did Martell tell her, because she's expecting her married boyfriend to be faithful to her, yet he's cheating on his wife. Make it make sense. So the alleged side chick said that Martell was actually faithful to Arionne. Let's not forget he was married at the time. Faithful to his side chick. Yeah, he's cheating on his wife. Make it make sense. So then Arionne once again tries to make herself this high-class side chick. So she asks the alleged side chick what was so fun with dating Marsau when he didn't even take her on dates. Only place she went to was to the Credit One office. So she bragged about how she had so much fun dating Martell because they were going trips, flights, dates, gifts, all this that we know was coming from Mel's hard-earned money. Meanwhile, she's still trying to shade this other girl for settling for her Credit One hookup, so no gifts, no dates, no nothing. But Arionne, you have the audacity to act like you're on this pedestal when you've been Martell's mistress for over a decade. Girl, stop it. So the alleged side chick said that Martell was faithful to Arionne in Las Vegas, even though he was married to another woman at the time. So Martell says that Arionne claims that she was faithful to him for 10 years, and she says she was. She never dated anybody while she was with Martell, even though he had a wife. So this is almost laughable to me because she's holding on to this sense of loyalty when Martell has never been loyal to her or anyone else. Okay? It's like somehow she thinks she's the one winning because she's sticking around. Martell is playing you just like he played Melody. Like, how are you married to one woman, divorced her, and still haven't made this other woman who's been waiting in the wings your wife already? If anything, this just proves how much he's been stringing her ass along, and she thinking she's a prize when in fact she ain't. So the interview ends with the alleged side chick. She said that she ended the relationship with Marsau because he was cheap. She said that she had spent money, her own money, on her own things in Vegas when she shouldn't have had to. And she felt as though Marsau should have took care of that since he's the one that flew her out. She says she eventually was reimbursed for $300 she spent after she threatened to expose him to his wife. I think this interview was a lie. Did Marsau have a mistress? I'm almost certain. Is this her? No.